Namaste everyone there. So we are going to read a new topic today. So that is memoirs of my visit to France. So many of you might be in confusion about the topic because it is a bit tough for you, but don't worry, I'm going to help you on that. So first, before we get started, so there are some pictures that I have presented on the slide. Do you see the pictures? Some of them have been taken, some of them are from your books. The first one, the first one, the first one, do you see there? So that is what? Can you guess? So it's already written there. Some letters are there. You can guess that it's a picture of Bura Subba. Yes, and the second one is picture of Rara Lake. So, and the third one is tea garden. Okay, the third one is tea garden. The first one is very popular place from religious point of view because many people go there to make their wishes come true. And the second picture is the second picture is Rara Lake, so which is very beautiful place. So when you go there, if you feel very relaxed, mentally relaxed. And the third one is tea garden. So don't you see that? It's very beautiful place. Yes. Okay. Now next. So and today, as I have already told you that, so we are going to study about someone's memoirs of my visit to France. Yes, so it is about someone's memoirs. So memoir means a collection of your, suppose if you want to go to, if you visit some place and you have very memorable events there, so you want to capture your memories in a record, in a written form, that is called memoir. So do you see I have, and it is about museums as well. So the writer, the author has visited different places there, different museums there. So and let's see the difficult words, some keywords, some two keywords, memoir and museum. So what is memoir? So a collection of memories that an individual writes about moments or events, both public or private, that took place in writer's life. If you visit some places and you have some memories, unforgettable memories, you get very excited and you write, you try to capture that in a written form, and that is called memoir. Okay, and the second here, so as it is about the writer's visit to different places means museums, he visits here in France, different places. So museums, so what does museum is? So some of you might have confusions about that. So I have tried here to write, to explain, to define it here. So a building or place where works of art or many other things of permanent value are kept and displayed. So different important things, they are kept in a building or a place for display, to display. So they are, so those are called museums. Okay, so now, so let's get started with some pre-questions. Sorry. So now the topic includes, the text includes different things. So what are they? So mainly it is about his visit to museums. So however, so he mentions in his text different plants, different museums and different places, as well as literary works by Lensing Wangdel. Some of you might have heard the name of Lensing Wangdel. He is a famous painter, writer and art historian of Nepal. Now students, are you all ready? Now let's move to our slide. First, so this topic, this text is too lengthy, as we all know that. So that's why we have decided to break them into the text into three parts. The first, today I'm going to deal with the first part, and the first part deals with first our this class is only for first 4 paragraphs. So please, students, I hope you all are listening to me very attentively. So shall we start now? See there. So memoirs of my visit to France, first paragraph. So are you ready with your books as well? And please be attentive because of text is a bit tough for you. So this morning, the city of Paris looks slightly fuming. The sky is overcast and it is drizzling too. The weather was like, means it was fuming, slightly fuming. Fuming means smoky, maybe alikati smoky because of the vehicles, heavy vehicles, so alikati polluted environment. Okay, overcast means when cloud covered with clouds, and drizzling means it was raining slightly. Yes, so raining slightly, but it does no harm to me. I have decided to go out for a visit or an observation tour. So although the weather was not favorable, the writer decided to visit, to make an observation or a visit. So because he has already strongly decided to visit the place. So here, so he decides to go somewhere. So what's that? Let's see. I had asked Nirmal Bhai. So Nirmal Bhai, it's a person in France working as a tourist guide. So he is a tourist guide for him to show him direction to different places there. A list of, so what did he had asked? I means your author, Govindraj Bhattrai. Okay. So now so I have decided to go for a visit or an observation tour. I had asked Nirmal Bhai for a list of museums in the vicinity of Paris. So he had asked, so before he started his journey, so started his visit, what did he ask for? For a list of museums, because he really wanted to visit different museums there. So different museums, that's why. So he had asked Nirmal Bhai for a list of museums in the vicinity means surrounding area or region. Surrounding area or region means in the heart of the city, in the heart of the city. So vicinity of Paris yesterday means before the day before he went to the day before he decides to visit the place. He brought me. So he had asked for two things. One, a list of museums, and he brought me some brochures. So what is brochure means? I think you might have heard this word. So brochure means this small printed sheet for advertisement or notice distributed without free of cost. Yes. So brochures means small printed sheets of paper. So which is given free of cost to the people for making advertisement or as a notice as well. So and he gave him or he brought him he brought some brochures with the names and addresses and street maps well. So to help him find the correct direction, so he gave him what? Street maps. So of Paris museums, because he was in Paris, so he wanted to visit the museums in Paris. So he gave him the brochures with the names and address and street maps of Paris museums in the evening. So Paris has more museums than temples and gods in Kathmandu. As we all know that Kathmandu is rich in terms of the number of temples. We see many temples wherever we go. So Kathmandu is rich in terms of the number of temples. So like in Kathmandu, but there is more museums in Paris than we see temples in Kathmandu. So we can simply guess that there are lots of museums in Paris. I am new to Paris. So author who? Govindraj Bhattrai. So I am new to Paris, staying here for only 1 week. So his duration for his stay there is for only 1 week, and he is new there as well. So hope these maps and brochures will show me Paris metro zones. So will show him Paris metro zones. Metro zones means the underground electric railways of Paris there. So and guide me to show museums today. So he hopes that brochures given by Nirmal Bhai would help him a lot to find the way and find the ways to museums in Paris. So last week, Nirmal Bhai showed me Pompidou Center, a complex building, high-tech structure. So Pompidou Center is one of the most popular museum in Paris, and it is a complex building of high-tech structure, means it is technically sound. You can see there skeleton or different modern technical devices to help you know about the different things. So it is technically high tech structure, means technically sound museum. Pompidou Center is one of the museum in Paris, one of the museums. Okay, this visit has emboldened me to explore further. Emboldened me means encouraged him. So as he was visiting different museums there, now this was one of the museum that really encouraged him to explore, to know him further about the museums. Okay students, now we are moving for the next slide, second paragraph. I hope you all are listening to me, so please be with me. And second paragraph is about, now what does he, second paragraph, he says, now I'm going to read it, please listen to me. So I guess I can cover a maximum of 2 museums today. Maximum of 2 museums today. It means just giving a cursory glance. So cursory means rapid, superficial, means that is not depth, something that is not depth, and glance means look quickly or briefly. Look quickly or briefly means, now if he plans to visit 2 museums a day, means he cannot do, he would be unable to go in depth, unable to observe the museums in depth. That's why, so he does something else. What is that? Let's see. So this is my plan. They say Cézanne is also a name of museum there. So Cézanne is quite far away. Paul Cézanne is the name of the painter. So, and this Cézanne is the museum named after him, Cézanne. So the post-impressionist painter, maybe in the outskirts. So outskirts means remote part of the center. So he says that if he gives a cursory glance, he can just observe only one, if he gives cursory glance, so he can observe only 2 museums. So he does something else, let's see. And he further says that Cézanne is quite far away, and he cannot find him all alone and cannot cover 2 museums in a day. It means that now he wants to do depth study. So he makes a plan to visit 1 museum for depth study, for the depth observation. So he chose a visit. So I chose to visit a museum nearby in the heart of the city. Likewise, Braque is far, Duchamp is farther away. So I have decided, as per Nirmal's suggestion, to start with Rodin's, and maybe I will go Monet's next. Now this paragraph suggests that Duchamp, Braque and Cézanne, they are museums and they are very far. They lies so at the outskirts of Paris. That's why he decides to visit Rodin's and Monet's. First of all, he decides to start with, as per Nirmal's suggestions, he decides to start with Rodin's. So because he wants to do depth study, so he doesn't choose the museum which is very far away. So now let's go for the third one. So students, are you listening to me? I hope you all are listening to me. So now the third one is in third paragraph. Let's see what does it says. So people know I am never a painter. I means, I always remember that I means the author. the writer, Dr. Govind Raj Bhattrai. So I am never a painter, nor a sculptor, nor a connoisseur of art or a professional. Now he says, he simply informs us that he is neither a painter nor a sculptor. Sculptor means a person who make patterns or patterns on or carves stone or wood, like murtikar. Yeah, so if we make some shapes or some patterns on wood, stone, or whatever we like, so it is called, the person is called sculptor. So next is connoisseur. So connoisseur means an expert. He is not an expert. So he is not expert of art or a professional. Professional also mean the same, the skilled person, a trained person of art. But then the world knows that my interest in the lives of great artists, their lasting works, lasting means unending life work, means that live, something that live for long, that is called works. So lasting works is growing deeper and deeper. So he says that now he is neither a painter nor a sculptor nor a connoisseur of art, and he is neither a professional, but he says that his deep interest in art is growing and growing. So he says what is the reason for that. He mentions in the 4th paragraph, we will see it later. So wherever I go, I prefer means something that you like most. He preferred to visit art museums first of all. So wherever he go, because he has deep interest in that, that's why he prefers to visit art museums first of all. In Russia, in Greece, in England, in America, in all these developed countries, he did the same. What did he do? He visited art museums. I move merely a dilettante. Yes, dilettante means, what does it mean? A person with superficial knowledge of something merely for amusement. Now he is not a simple man having simple knowledge of arts. Now he has been something more than that. Yes, now he says he is not a connoisseur, that is expert, but he is not a simple man as well. Okay. I have no words to express how I felt upon seeing Mona Lisa in Louvre yesterday. Now, students, you might have heard a lot about Mona Lisa. So a very famous painting. So he was very excited. He was very, he became very happy. He felt very glad when he saw the Mona Lisa in Louvre. So Louvre is also a museum, famous museum in Paris. So in first paragraph we saw that he visited Pompidou Center. Secondly, he visited Louvre. Now today he is visiting Rodin. Okay, now let's move for the last slide. 4th paragraph. So now here he mentions why his interest in arts means increased. So I hope you all are with me to listen, to read. Okay, 4th paragraph. 2 decades ago, decades means a period of 10 years. 2 decades means 20 years. So 2 decades ago, I was interested. Interested means assigned, given, as I have mentioned here. Assigned, given means he had to work. So he had to do something. He was assigned an academy project title. The title of that project was Introduction to Literary Trends and Movements in which I had to present a glimpse of literary trends and movements. So 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, he was assigned a task to prepare a short glimpse. Glimpse means a very brief view of the literary trends and movements. Okay, so most literary movements developed from Western movements of art and philosophy. So it is said that through art, means from art, the trends or the concepts means they came into literature. So and this literature, this development was mostly from Western movements. So they are entrenched firmly. Entrenched means strengthened, settled, means मनमा एकदम गाडिएर बस्नु, yeah. So they are interest means he was means those feeling for him are still in his heart very firmly, very strongly. So therefore I studied, I means author, don't forget it. So therefore I studied and wrote briefly on new trends of art such as Impressionism, Expressionism, Symbolism, Cubism, Dadaism and Surrealism. So all these are what? These are literary trends and movements. So when he was assigned to make a simple glimpse, a very brief view of introduction to literary trends and movements, he did all these things. So he studied a lot and he briefly means he presented briefly about the new trends of art. All these are the mentioned here. So and they are in relationship with literature. So literature and art, they cannot be separate with each other. So one influenced the other. So I had used secondary sources to write about them. Secondary sources means, I think you all know that. So primary sources means the direct population. So means population when you want to get knowledge or when you want to collect information about something, you directly go to the public, related public, and collect ideas and information. They are primary source. Now secondary source, when primary sources is not enough, or you want to know something else from somebody else, so secondary source means books, journals, magazines related to the topic. So it was not possible for him to visit all those writers because they already passed away many years ago. So he had used secondary sources to write about them. So later on I visited the Modern Tate of London to write on postmodernism. It is also a literary movement. So he later on, means after he did all these things, so to prepare all that, so he also went to Modern Tate of London. Again, it's the name of a museum, biggest art museum. So Modern Tate of London to write about postmodernism. Okay students, now I hope that you all have depth knowledge. Now let's see how far you have listened to me and you have understood. So I have made here some sets of questions. So I hope you all are listening to me and you all are ready with your books as well. So are you ready with your books? The first one is matching. So matching means here, these are synonyms, don't worry. So these are synonyms. So we all see the list on the left. So it is the word that are exactly found in books, and these are their related meanings. So I hope many of you have already started guessing about all these things. So let's see how far your guesses are correct. The first one is fuming. Can you guess what is that? Okay, where is it? Do you think is it? Yes. Fuming means smoke like. And the second one, overcast. Overcast means, so we have the weather in Paris was overcast, means covered with clouds. So I hope you all are doing well. So sculptor. Sculptor means I'm neither a sculptor nor a painter nor a connoisseur. Connoisseur, he has mentioned that sculptor means someone who carves. Yes. So where is it? Okay, it's 3 goes with number D. Carver, a person who carves a stone or wood. So connoisseur. So connoisseur means someone who is not professional, who is not expert. So it's expert here. So it's expert here. Number F, metro. So metro means metro zones. We heard this word in the first paragraph. Okay, where is it? Where is its meaning? Metro means underground railways. So brochures. So you might have seen brochures. So brochure means, where is it? Small printed papers for advertisement. So emboldened means his visit, he has mentioned, Govindas Bhattacharya has mentioned that the visit has emboldened me, means encouraged me. Emboldened means encouraged. So last one is dilettante. So dilettante means what? Not superficial something, where is it? A person with superficial knowledge. And reverence. So where is it? The last one, I think you all know that, that is feeling of deep respect. So okay, well students, I hope you have now clear concept on this in this thing. So let's see the second exercise, that is about true false. Okay, how many questions are there, true false? Now you have to decide. So these things are, we have already learned, already gone through in our first 4 paragraphs. So here I have collected a list of 4 sentences. So I hope you all are ready, and I have some of you are already have already started guessing. Oh sorry. Paris, the first one. Number 1, Paris has as many museums as temples in Kathmandu. So I hope students you are with your books. So where is it? Do you notice where is it? As we have already mentioned, first paragraph in the 5th line. So it is mentioned there. There is no 5th line. Sorry. The 6th line. So he says Paris has more museums than temples as gods in Kathmandu, he says. So means here it says the number of temples and number of museums are equal, but here what it has been mentioned here, the number of museums are more, that's why it is, yes, it is false. So and the second sentence says he could just give a cursory glance, means a rapid look, if he visits 2 museums in a day. So he wanted to do deep observation, deep study. So if he could just give a cursory glance if he visits 2 museums a day, is it true or false? Yes, it is true. First one false, second one true. He visited, the third one says, he visited Louvre after Rodin. Yes, Rodin. Rodin, he visited Louvre after Rodin. Where is it? I think you are with your books. Where is it? Can you show me? Sorry, can you read it? Where is it? Can you find it? So it's in 3rd paragraph, 2nd last line. I felt upon Mona Lisa, and I have no words to express how I felt upon seeing Mona Lisa in Louvre yesterday. Means now today he is planning to visit. He plans to visit Rodin, and yesterday he visited Louvre. It means, so if there was before, then it would have been correct. So he visited Louvre after Rodin, not, but he visited Louvre before Rodin. So that's why Rodin, that's why it is false. Now the second last, 4th says, in France he started visiting museums with Rodin. So in France he started visiting museums with Rodin. Do you think it's correct? It's not. Why? Because here in first paragraph it is mentioned that he visited Pompidou Center, and I have told you that in 3rd paragraph, so he visited Louvre yesterday. That's why in France he started, it's incorrect, or let's say it's false, because before Rodin he had visited Pompidou Center and Louvre. He saw Mona Lisa in Monet. No, it's false. So he visited Mona Lisa in Louvre, which is mentioned in third paragraph. Okay students, now the last exercise is about answering the questions, answering the questions. Are you ready? So okay, the first one is how was the weather in Paris? Where is it? In the very first line, first paragraph, first line, and second line it is mentioned. I have written only in the form of clues, so that you can understand well. Uh, how was the weather in Paris? Fuming, overcast, and drizzling. The weather in Paris was fuming, overcast, and drizzling. You shouldn't miss these three keywords, okay? Because they tell us about the weather in Paris. The second one, what had the writer decided? What had the writer decided? You can again get in the first paragraph. He had decided to go out for visiting and observing a museum. Is that clear? So go out for visiting and observing a museum. So as he has already decided to visit Rodin, so that is the museum that which he plans to visit on that very day. So the third one is, what did the writer ask Nirmal Bhai for? So he asks for two things. Yes, he got two things, but simply what is mentioned in the text. So he asked Nirmal Bhai. The writer asked Nirmal Bhai for a list of museums in the vicinity, means surrounding area of Paris, means the museums which are within the heart of the Paris of Paris. What did Nirmal give the writer? Obviously, what he could give him. So Nirmal gave the writer brochures with the names of address and street maps of Paris museums. Means he gave him two things. First one, brochures with the names and addresses, and the second thing is was street maps. And second last question on this slide, what museums had the writer visited before? What museums had the writer visited before he went to Rodin? So if you remember, so in the first paragraph we knew that the writer had visited Pompidou Center, and the third paragraph says that he visited what? Louvre. The next means it is also name of a museum. So before visiting Rodin, on that very day he was going to visit Rodin, but before that, so he had visited Pompidou Center and Louvre. The sixth question asks, as per means according to Nirmal's suggestions, which museum did he decide to start with? Which museum? Yes, according to not means it is the question is not asking you. So what museums did he visit? So in Paris. So it is as per Nirmal's suggestions. Don't get confused. According to Nirmal's suggestions, which museum did he decide to start with? So obviously it is Rodin, and he has decided that next day or later he would visit Monet's. Okay, now the last one, students, the last slide. I hope you all are listening to me with your great patience. The last one, that is 7 number, last slide. So starts with 7 number. So why did he prefer to visit art museums wherever he goes? Wherever he went, sorry. Why did he prefer to visit art museums wherever he went? So why? The reason is in the 4th paragraph. If you read it properly, if you notice this properly, or if you remember me what I said you earlier, so what is mentioned there? So why did he prefer? He preferred to visit art museums wherever he went. Because his interest in the lives of great artists, means great painters, and their lasting works was interest his interests were growing deeper. Okay, and the second last question on the same slide is, why was his interest in art was growing gradually? Why? Again, you will find in third paragraph. Oh, sorry, it is in third paragraph and it is in fourth paragraph. So what does it say? Why was his interest in art was growing? What was the reason behind his growing interest gradually, slowly? Why? Because 2 decades ago, 2 decades ago means 20 years ago, he was assigned, means he was asked, he was given a task, an academy project in which he had to present a glimpse of, means a short brief of literary trends and movements. Now from that project, means when he started to working on that project, with that assigned work, his interest started to grow. So last one is, where did he go to write on postmodernism, a trend of art? So it is a trend in art. So we saw different trends. So, and this is also one of the trend. That where did he go to write on, means to write about postmodernism, that is Modern Tate of London. So that is it's in fourth paragraph, last line, you can notice that. So last line. Okay, hope students, so you enjoyed a lot as well as you understood a lot. So however, I suggest you to reread the passage again, because it is a bit tough for you. Anyway, don't worry, and if you have any confusions, you can ask your teacher teaching English about the text. And please study hard and work a lot again. And namaste.